going to rub a whole lot of people the wrong way, but I really don't care. I'm going to say it anyway. Not electing Hillary Clinton in 2016 will go down as one of the biggest mistakes in our nation's history. I don't give a shit what you think of Hillary Clinton. I don't care if you love her or hate her. I don't care if you love the Democratic Party or you hate the Democratic Party. The Supreme Court justices that was nominated under Donald Trump would not have been nominated under Hillary Clinton. And the bullshit that we see coming out of the Supreme Court today would not be happening had she took office in 2016. I don't give a rat's ass about Donald Trump's policy. I don't give a rat's ass about his mean tweets. His presidency set us back 100 years. And there's a whole lot of people out there celebrating. Oh, look, we got it. We won something. You didn't win shit. All you did was trample on fellow Americans' rights, stuff that would have never affected you or bothered you in the least. That's why I call bullshit on this whole idea that you won't smile at government and don't tread on me. That's why I always call that bullshit flag out for the bullshit flag that it is. You don't give a rat's ass if the flag is trampling all over other people. If you disagree with their lifestyle or you disagree with where they come from, you're perfectly okay with your government just walking all over top of those people. You'll sit back here on 4th of July weekend and you'll brag about being free. Meanwhile, there's a shit ton of Americans that don't feel quite as free today. And if they're not free, they ain't none of us free. What is it y'all love to say to us? Well, if they could do it to Trump, they could do it to you. That works both ways, Scooter. If they can do this to your fellow Americans, they can do it to you. But actually, they don't have to do it to you because they've already got you. They've already duped you into voting for them. They've already duped you into chasing that carrot by dangling all these stupid-ass culture wars under your nose. And you'll sit there and follow it to hell and back while your pensions drift away, while everything you ever invested drifts away, while your whole future crumbles. You'll be sitting over here going, yeah, hell, go woke, go broke. Or whatever fucking cliche they taught you to say yesterday. It's bullshit. And I'll sit here and call it out till the end of time. Now, a whole lot of people told us back in 2016 when Trump was elected, hey, just relax. Maybe it won't be as bad as you think it's going to be. But we all knew exactly how bad it was going to be because we saw through Donald Trump back then, and so did Hillary Clinton. Take a look at this clip and watch how spot on she is describing Donald Trump and how things are going to pan out.
You know, every time Donald thinks things are not going in his direction, he claims whatever it is rigged against him. The FBI conducted a year-long investigation into my emails. They concluded there was no case. He said the FBI was rigged. He lost the Iowa caucus. He lost the Wisconsin primary. He said the Republican primary was rigged against him. Then Trump University gets sued for fraud and racketeering. He claims the court system and the federal judge is rigged against him. There was even a time when he didn't get an Emmy for his TV program 3 years in a row, and he started tweeting that the Emmys were rigged against him.
Should have gotten it.
This is a mindset. This is how Donald thinks. And it's funny, but it's also really troubling.
Okay.
You know, that is not the way our democracy works. We've been around for 240 years. We've had free and fair elections. We've accepted the outcomes when we may not have liked them. And that is what must be expected of anyone standing on a debate stage during a general election.
So if there ever was a championship in the I told you so department, Hillary Clinton would be the undisputed champion because she called it spot on exactly how it would happen. A whole lot of people back then said, oh, just give Donald Trump a chance. Maybe it might not be so bad. But we all saw through Donald Trump a long time ago, just like Hillary Clinton did. We saw the type of campaign that he ran. We came from an era where when Howard Dean simply screamed at a rally, people said he was unfit and unstable to be president. We came from an era where George H.W. Bush just simply looked at his watch a couple of times during the Clinton debates and pretty much lost that election to Bill Clinton. We came from an era where Dan Quayle was mocked relentlessly for not being able to spell potato. And then we saw Donald Trump come along and get away with mocking prisoners of war. We heard what he said about John McCain. Did we agree with John McCain's politics? No, but we respected John McCain's service to our country. We respected the fact that he was captured and he was tortured. And Donald Trump sits back and says, oh, well, I like prisoners that didn't get caught. And I thought, oh, this will do it. Oh, these patriotic Republicans, they'll all come down on his head now. Nope. They all jumped on board and insulted McCain further. And I'm going, wait a minute, I thought we had respect for veterans. What are y'all doing? We saw Donald Trump brag about grabbing women by the pussy. And I thought, oh, the evangelicals, they'll hang him for this one. They'll never let him get by with that. He'll never be able to disrespect women that way, and the evangelicals go for it. Nope, they stayed quiet. Why? Because Donald Trump was willing to push their agenda. And because Donald Trump had empowered all this hatred that they had had built up in them for years. We were all naive. We all thought that racism was getting better. At least I did. I thought, well, we're making progress. Things are getting better. We've elected the first black president. So things have to be getting better. We have to be turning some kind of corner. No, we weren't. Because over here was all these people sitting here with all those feelings bubbling, and Donald Trump came along and he empowered that, and he gave them permission to say the quiet parts out loud. And we saw his presidency unfold. We saw what a disaster it was. We saw the disaster that was January 6th. And we're still sitting here saying, this man's a narcissist. This man can't accept defeat. This man, won't accept the results of an election. We're still going on about it. And had we just elected Hillary Clinton, we would have never been in any of this mess. It would have just been something we could look back at as kind of a comical, funny idea. Like, remember that time Donald Trump actually thought he had a shot in hell of being president? That's what we should be saying today. It should be like one of those candidacies where you just say, well, remember when that guy thought it might be a good idea and he flopped and burned really quick? That's what should have happened. But instead, a lot of people didn't go to the polls in 2016. There was a whole lot of people that got mad over things and was like, I ain't voting. There was a whole lot of people voted third party. Look, I was a Bernie bro. I was upset that Bernie didn't get the nomination. But I saw what was at hand. And I remember Hillary saying this too. I remember her saying a Republican president could stack the Supreme Court. And that's where everything happens, folks. That's why when all these things are happening today and we're upset about it, that's why. Hillary tried to warn us. You don't have to like her politics. You don't have to like the Democrats' politics. But if you care about your fellow Americans and their rights, you're watching them be stripped away on a daily basis. And like I said earlier, if it could happen to them, it can happen to you too. But at the end of the day, they've got you. They've got you playing into their culture wars, and you don't see what's important. It's one of these things where you guys you're looking at it like, oh, we got a victory over them. We won. What did you win? You didn't win jack shit. All you got to say was, hey, you don't have any rights anymore, ha ha. And that's not what the American flag is supposed to be about. That's not what freedom is supposed to be about. Freedom is supposed to be everyone having an equal shot at happiness, an equal shot at opportunities. That's what should be going on. Instead, we're watching the rights be stripped away, and it's hard telling what's coming next. It's hard telling what they'll go after next. And meanwhile, people will be over here pumping their fist. And it's pretty damn sickening if you ask me. So folks, be sure to hit that subscribe button here on MeidasTouch and share these videos with your friends, because we are the fastest growing news network in the country, and there's a reason for it. People come to MeidasTouch because we tell it like it is, and because we don't believe in the both sides argument when it comes to race. We don't believe in the both sides argument when it comes to homophobia. We don't believe in the both sides argument when we see rights being stripped away from fellow Americans.